Now for a look at what's been trending on social media this week. And joining me is SABC digital news producer Mamaponya Motsai. Mamaponya, very good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about, trending topics, of course, on social media. We'll start this one, of course, with the ANC's, former MP, Feki Mentor, some of the cabinet ministers, including SABC Jonas, coming forward, mentioning that the Guptas had offered them positions, of course, in parliament and, on cabinet. How did this play out on social media?
The topic was very, very big on social media. It started trending even before the deputy minister announced or revealed that he had been offered a job. So it's been trending under different hashtags pretty much the whole week from the Sunday newspapers. But it just took another level when SABC Jonas from SABC announced or revealed that he had been offered a job by the Guptas. So that topic under different hashtags, it could be Zuma or state capture or hashtag Fakey, different hashtags. It had over 20 million reaches. Sure. So that's over 20 million people who saw tweets or saw posts on that topic. So it was quite big and people had a lot to say.
Now, we do, of course, have some of those tweets coming on your screens right now, but how did ordinary South Africans react to this sort of confessions lately by, ANC members?
There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of shock. So many people were very angry. If they felt that this was embarrassing, they felt that this was unnecessary. And so there were a lot of calls for the president to resign and for the ANC to do something. And of course, other political parties like the EFF saying, we've been saying. Right. This is what's been happening. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, let's move on to other, hashtags, of course, on social media. Provin and Hawks were also some of the dominant topics lately on social media, especially after the minister held the press conference and receiving the Hawks later. What can you tell us on that?
So that made the whole topic go to the media. So now it's like a media spectacle. They're going to the media, having press conferences, and now people are very divided on the issue. Some are saying the Hawks are just doing what they're meant to do, but many are actually saying this is a smear campaign for Pravin. Like when he was Minister of Governance, there was no such. Why now? Why is this investigation so important now that he's Finance Minister? So that's the main sentiment that people are saying, why now? What's the motive behind this?
Well, speaking, of course, of further investigations, we also know that there was the Supreme Court of Appeals ruling against government in the Al-Bashir matter, also, trending on social media. How did ordinary South Africans react to that, and how many reaches would you say it's received?
That one wasn't so big during the week. So it was big on the day that the announcement was made. It had over, I think it had over 1 million reaches. But people were very, very divided. I think there was a strong feel that the courts were right, but there was also a strong feel that they could not have arrested him. So I think South Africans are just waiting to see what the ANC will do or what the government will do next.
Right. And I remember during the Al-Bashir matter, when the AU had their summit at the Sandton Convention Centre, so much emphasis was placed on the story, even having different organisations picketing outside of, the court, saying they wanted, or rather appealed to the South African government to arrest Al-Bashir while he was in the country. Yeah. But let's move on now to sport, specifically FIFA and SAFA. We do know that Advocate Leslie Sidibe, who is the CEO of Proudly SA now, was among some of these SAFA officials that have been banned by FIFA for bringing the organization under disrepute and also other allegations put against him. How big was this topic on social media, do you think?
It was very, very big. But what was interesting was that because Leslie was mentioned, people found that very shocking. So the name Leslie Sidibe or the hashtag had over 5 million reaches. So just this week alone. So people were shocked to have his name. I think he's seen as a man of integrity. Right. So there was this, oh my gosh, what just happened there? So so that was very big. His name came up quite a lot. And I think it came out even more than the minister's press conference yesterday. Right. So that did better because I think that initial shock where people were like, what's happening, and asking questions around that. Will he still be representing proudly SA and things like that? Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. But lastly, before I let you go, Mamaponya, we also know that Nicki Minaj, has officially landed in the country. Last night, I think, was her first show in Johannesburg. Most of her fans, of course, went to support. But how's it doing on social media, especially because I know the EFF came out saying they wanted to appeal to her to pay back the money that, excuse the pun there with paying back the money, but they wanted her to pay back the money from, her previous event where she was scheduled to perform in Tshwane but did not, perform at the event.
Nobody's talking about paying back the money on social media. People just want to enjoy Nicki. And they went and they did. They're raving about how good it was, and everybody's just happy about it. And now the Cape Town and the Durban people are preempting. But the sentiment is that it was fantastic. South Africans are happy. She started trending when she arrived on Wednesday. And this morning and last night, she was also trending because people were like, this is amazing. Right. So it's doing very, very well.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you so much. That's our SABC digital news producer, Mamaponya Motsai, of course, taking us through what's trending on social media. We've been talking about Advocate Leslie Sidibe, as well as other SAFA officials, of course, being banned by FIFA. Amongst other, trending topics there were some of the ANC members, including KBC Jonas and Fake Mint, who are coming on, claiming that, the Guptas had offered their positions. But those are just some of the trending topics on social media this past weekend. We thank, of course, our SABC digital news producer, Mamaponya, for that update. But more